Welcome, ladies. I am taking over for Summer tonight. I'm Kelly. I'm the head fitness coach for Inspire Fit. And tonight I am going to be talking about water and electrolytes. A little bit about electrolytes at the end, but we're going to talk about water. We're going to talk about hydration. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay, let's get it started. All right, with water. What are the benefits of water? So many benefits. So we have our physical health benefits, which is you're going to regulate your body temperature with water. You're going to transport nutrients and oxygen to your cells. You're going to remove waste products from your body. You know how we do that. We sweat it out and we go to the bathroom. All right. And then you're going to support your healthy skin with water, your muscles. You're going to lubricate your joints with water. I have seen major changes in women and men alone when they have been dehydrated and their face just looks dull, it's dry, it's flaky, or you just don't look as healthy. Your face isn't as bright. And then they started drinking water, and it's amazing what it will do. How it really does start to cleanse out your pores and hydrate your skin, makes your skin look brighter, makes you look better. It will take 10 years off of you if you keep yourself hydrated. Promise you that. All right. Another thing to mention is the mental and emotional benefits of water. So it improves your focus, your concentration. That's a huge one, especially for us ladies. We're going through all these hormonal changes, and a lot of times our focus, our mental clarity, our concentration, all of that feels like it's going to squat. But water really does help. Also, it boosts your energy levels. It reduces fatigue. It supports your cognitive function, your memory, which is a good one. That goes too pretty quickly, ladies. And it can also help reduce stress and anxiety. I see it a lot in my daughter. If she does not drink enough water, she gets super anxious. And you could also see it in the elderly. When those who have dementia, maybe they forget to drink water, and you see them basically getting irritable with you, or they just might be overly fatigued. That could be a sign of dehydration, and they need water. So give them some reminders. As far as your performance and your productivity benefits, it helps enhance your athletic performance, your endurance, when you're doing your workouts, because we're all doing our workouts, right? It supports your healthy digestion, your nutrient absorption. It can improve your sleep quality, and it can increase your productivity and your mental clarity. So we got to remember, we need our sleep. In order to get some good sleep, you got to be hydrated. In order to be hydrated, you got to drink some water, okay? Going on to the next one, overall well-being benefits. So it helps you maintain your healthy blood pressure. It supports kidney function. It can reduce your risk of certain diseases, such as kidney stones, urinary tract infections. That's a big one. If we're drinking a lot of coffee, if we're drinking sodas, anything like that, that's when you're going to see more urinary tract infections, more kidney stones. But also it helps promote overall health and well-being. So that's a ton of benefits. And that was like 4 sections worth of benefits for you guys. Now I'm going to go over, if you don't drink enough water, things that can happen. Okay. So there's a lot of potential problems that you might experience. Common dehydration symptoms: headaches. A sign of a headache, you're going to be dehydrated. It could cause throbbing headaches. But the good news is, if you are dehydrated, once you drink water, the throbbing should subside. If it doesn't, there can be another issue involved, or you could be overly dehydrated. So immediately start drinking water and get hydrated. Fatigue, we talked about that with the elderly, with your teenagers. Not drinking enough water. So if you see them where they just seem fatigued, but they're not usually feeling fatigued maybe around that time of the day, make sure they're getting enough water. But inadequate hydration, it could lead to your energy crashes and brain fog. Dry mouth. Insufficient water intake can cause dry mucous membranes and difficulty swallowing. So I do remember after surgery they woke me up, and for some reason I was so dehydrated. I don't know if it was from that surgery or what, but I could not swallow because my mouth was so dry. Like I could not swallow. We got Chelsea coming on. As soon as I had that water. So make sure you're drinking, make sure your mouth is hydrated enough. But we also have dizziness, lightheadedness. So it can cause you to be dizzy, lightheaded, faint even. Heaven forbid we faint because we're dehydrated. And also look at your pee-pee, okay? Look at your pee. If your pee is dark, that is a bad sign. That means you are dehydrated. It means you need more water. And it most likely means that you're drinking too much of something else. If you are drinking more coffee, if you are drinking a soda, anything else, make sure you are making up for that with more water. I've heard it a couple different ways. If you drink 1 cup of coffee, you need 2 cups of water to make up for that. I've heard some people say, no, you need 4 cups of water to make up for that. My thing is just drink more water. Make sure you get at least 2 or more cups to make up for each cup of coffee that you are drinking, okay? And the same thing can go for tea. If your tea has caffeine in it, or any of these energy drinks or anything else that you're drinking, if it has caffeine, make sure you are getting more water in than what you normally would in your daily intake, because you got to make up for that. It can dehydrate your body without you even realizing it. Yes, these drinks do have water in them, but the caffeine is still dehydrating your body by drinking them. Okay, digestive issues. If we're not drinking enough water, it's a little bit harder to go to the bathroom. It can make your stool harder. It can give you abdominal pains. It can give you cramps. And none of those are fun. When you go to the bathroom, you want to feel satisfied, right? You want to feel like you're able to go, eliminate, and then get on with your life. You don't want to have to sit there and strain, because then guess what else can happen? You can get those hemorrhoids. We don't want those, ladies. We don't want hemorrhoids. I'm sure some of you, after having babies, you've experienced hemorrhoids, though they are not fun, okay? So same thing goes when you have to strain in the bathroom, you can get hemorrhoids. So we don't want to go down that path. So check yourself when you go to the bathroom. All right. Dull skin. It can give you skin and other issues. So with your dull skin, if you're dehydrated, it can make your skin look dry, ashy. It gives you that less radiant appearance, as if you're well hydrated. It makes your skin look brighter and more moist even. Weight gain. Sometimes when you don't drink enough water, you mistake that. And when you're thirsty, your body thinks you're hungry. Plays mind games on you. So guess what? We eat more. There is water in our foods, but it's still not enough. You need to drink water. So that can lead to weight gain. If you're eating more than what you actually should be because you think you're hungry, but in reality, you're actually thirsty. So keep up with your water before and after meals. It could also cause confusion, irritability. So severe dehydration, it can cause confusion, irritability, and even seizures in some extreme cases. So I'm pretty sure target water is like, or has been a target for every single one of us. I keep it a consistent target every single week. And how I do it is this. I make sure I get so many fill-ups each day. That way I know I'm getting enough water in. So I'm going to give you some tips for staying hydrated. They say to drink at least 8 to 10 cups of water per day, but I also want you to think about the other drinks you're having. If you are having caffeine, whatever form you're having the caffeine, if you're having caffeine, add on to that number, okay? As far as your cups of water each day. So for me, myself, I have 12 cups of water a day. That's my goal each day. But I know in the morning, I know I'm gonna have that cup of coffee. Sometimes I have a cup and a half or two. I add on to that. So I'm making sure that I add on to make up for that cup of coffee I had. Monitor your PP, like I said earlier. Aim for like a pale, very pale yellow color. You do need to have some yellow in your pee, otherwise you might be overly hydrated, and that can also be an issue. So make sure you do have a little bit of yellow in your pee, not a lot, just a very pale yellow to make sure you're good and hydrated. Incorporating hydrating foods, and I'll go over some of those later, also with your electrolytes, but most of your hydrating foods are going to be your fruits and your vegetables. All your fruits, all your vegetables, all of them have water in them, okay? And then avoid your sugary drinks, avoid too much caffeine. I can't say avoid caffeine because that's, for some of us, we use it as a treat. It's dangerous to say avoid caffeine, okay? I'm not going to take that route with you guys.
Good girl.
And then just make sure, as far as the caffeine goes, just remember it can dehydrate you. So make sure you're making up for that with extra water. All right, I'm going to give you guys 10 ways to remember to drink water. All right.
Oh boy.
Number 1, carry your water bottle. And I recommend carrying a water bottle that you can fill up. Most places these days, even if you're just walking and shopping, most restaurants will allow you to go in and fill up your water bottle. And I am not afraid to ask. And they honestly, you can even walk into any kind of restaurant, walk up to the bar and say, do you mind putting water in this for me? Like, there's ways to get your water. There's ways to get your water, okay? So don't even make that as an excuse. I couldn't. I was out shopping all day. Okay, so where was your water bottle? Where was the restaurant? You had to pass by a restaurant, all right? So take your water bottle with you wherever you go. I personally like the ones with a handle. Ones where you have a handle here, I really don't want to be carrying my water bottle around like this all day. So I always carry one here in my handle, or I carry a big enough bag to where I can just throw it in my bag or backpack. Okay, next one, set reminders. You can set reminders on your phone. You could put notes around your house. If you have Alexa, then you can ask Alexa to remind you.
Yeah, she's so nosy.
Very. Also on your phones, you can get to remind you as well, okay? But yeah, there's different ways that you can actually put reminders around your house. Create a routine. So making drinking water a habit by doing it usually same time every day. For me, as soon as I wake up in the morning, it's like the first thing I do. I usually have my vitamin C, and I know with my vitamin C, I'm going to want water with it. So I drink at least 1 cup then and there. And then I go brush my teeth, do some other things, come back, I drink another cup. Usually by my first hour of waking, I've had 2 to 3 cups of water. Try not to guzzle all 3 cups down if you do that, okay? Because then you will feel too full to eat breakfast. You need to eat breakfast. Another is infuse your water. You could do that with lemon. Mary does it. You could do it with lime. You could do it with strawberries.
Strawberries, raspberries.
Yes. Me personally, I love to mix my pineapple tea with it, and it just gives it a little bit of extra flavor. But you really gotta like pineapple. Making that tea, if you want the recipe to that tea, just message me afterwards. I'll give you guys my recipe. So it's so easy to make. It's made with scraps, okay? Make it with scraps. So that's infusing your water. Some people do cucumber. So I personally like cucumber. I think it has a fresh taste to it when you do cucumber and lime. So Jillian, are you snarling up your nose at me? Oh, it looked like it.
Might have been me.
Some people just don't like the cucumber. But yeah, I think cucumber and lime is a good combo as well.
Okay.
Track your water intake. You could do this. They have so many apps out there where you can track your water intake. If you are an at-home, if you work at home, if you're a mom at home doing work or whatever, all of it, track your water. Find somewhere to keep track of it.
You can track it on FitnessPal.
Yes, and if you use MyFitnessPal, you could track your water there. There's also apps. So I wish I could remember the name of that app. I think it was Camel something, but there was a free version and then there was a paid version. The free version for me, it was good enough because it still sent me reminders like every hour to drink water. And for me, drinking, by the time I wake up within an hour, I've already gotten 3 cups in. So it keeps reminding me. And every hour on that, if I have a cup of water, then I know I've had at least my 12 plus cups a day. So, having an app, but you have to make it a habit. You have to obey the app, okay? If it tells you, hey, reminder to drink water, don't wait. Do that, what Summer loves, that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get up, go get your water. Be done with it. Another thing you could do is make it visible. A way to do that is keep your water bottle with you. It's everywhere with me. Everywhere I go, I've got my water bottle next to me. And again, it takes a while to make something like that a habit, but just keep it with you. If you're at home all day and you've got a special cup, I like having a special cup. This is my special cup. This is what I drink at home if I'm out. But if you're at home all day, you really don't go out that much, have a pretty cup. Like, just have it match your house. I don't know, have it match your outfit for the day. Creative ways to remind yourself to drink water and be bougie about it. Okay? That's what I say. All right. Replace other drinks. This is a big one. I am not going to say to replace your coffee or your caffeinated drinks. But with your water, you need to use more water to replace your sugary drinks. And if you do think you're drinking a little bit more caffeine than what you normally should be, I tell people typically 2 cups a day is good. Some people like to have their evening cup. Some people they like their morning cup and then their evening cup, which is fine. Just make sure you're not overdoing it by having multiple cups each day, because that can dehydrate you pretty quickly and make you feel pretty rotten. So we don't want to feel rotten. We want to feel good because we are strong ladies, right? Eating hydrating foods. We talked about that. The watermelon, cantaloupe, celery, all your fruits, all your vegetables pretty much have water in them. So make sure you are eating your foods, because foods with water in it are also most likely going to have good fiber in them too. So we all need our fiber. Making it a habit. Like I said, making it a target each week, and eventually it does become a habit. I know if we go on vacation, sometimes we can get out of the habit of having the cup with us all the time, or a water bottle with us all the time. But again, that's why I said I have to keep myself in check. When I come back from vacation, I'm like, okay, I know I slacked a little bit on my water. I got to make it a target so I can get back to my habits of drinking the 12 cups a day. So let's start with your targets. Even if you need to start small, start small. Start where you're at and increase it each week. Increase that target to where you're getting that 8 to 10, 12 cups a day, however much you need for your body to feel hydrated and for you to have that mental clarity and to feel good, energetic. And the last one, again, monitor your pee, okay? Monitor your pee. So look for the signs. If it's dark yellow, that's not good. If it's light yellow, you good. So, all right. I'm going to move on. We're going to talk about electrolytes. So I'm going to tell you what electrolytes are, and then I'm going to tell you what Google told me as far as why electrolytes are popular. And then I'll tell you why I think they're popular. Okay? So first, what are electrolytes? Electrolytes are a beverage. It contains minerals like your magnesium, your potassium. It's got your salt in it. But these drinks, they basically help you maintain your fluid balance and supports healthy physiological functions in your body. They help replenish electrolytes that are lost during your physical activity, or you might be sick, or in cases of really hot weather. So those are ways you can actually lose electrolytes and might need to replenish them. All right, Mr. Google told me why electrolytes are so popular. I can't say I agree with all of these. So number one, growing health awareness. People are becoming more conscious of the importance of staying hydrated and maintaining electrolyte balance for overall health and wellness. So yes, we do need to stay hydrated. People are becoming more aware that they need hydration, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you need more electrolytes, okay? So remember that. We need more hydration, need more water, not necessarily more electrolytes. Sports and fitness culture. The rise of sports, fitness, and endurance events has increased demand for drinks that promote hydration and electrolyte replenishments. Just because you are doing more sports does not necessarily mean, doesn't necessarily mean that you need more electrolytes in your body. You do need to stay hydrated. If you're doing extreme sports, if you're outside in really hot weather and you know you're sweating up a storm, the more you sweat, the more electrolytes you do lose. And so eventually, yes, you will need to replenish your body. But if you're outside doing a 15-20 minute workout, you're most likely not going to lose that many electrolytes. Okay? We're talking like athlete level, to where they're outside longer periods of time. They're working out longer periods of time. So we don't want to add more electrolytes in our body than we actually need. That can be an overload of these nutrients. So another one was busy lifestyles. I do not agree with this one personally. It says urbanization and hectic schedules have led to a need for convenient, portable hydration solutions. All right. Just because you have a hectic schedule and a busy lifestyle does not mean you need more electrolytes. Does it mean you still need to stay hydrated? Yes, you still need water. Doesn't necessarily mean you need more electrolytes in your body, okay? Last one, innovative products. Manufacturers are constantly introducing new flavors, formulas, and functional benefits, attracting a wide range of consumers. That is the only one that I can fully agree with, and that is because social media. We're always looking at social media, seeing what what the next person is drinking. If you are a sports enthusiast, what are they drinking? If you're looking on TikTok or you have someone that you like to follow, next thing you know, they're holding up an electrolyte drink. I like to stay hydrated with electrolytes, and here's my IV thing I drink all the time. We don't need that. Again, we don't need electrolytes unless we do need electrolytes, I take that back. But most electrolytes are going to be in our foods that we're eating already, okay? Doesn't necessarily mean we need additional electrolytes. Again, unless we are an athlete, unless we are excessively sweating all day. Maybe you're a roofer, you're outside all day. Yes, most likely you're gonna need to get an electrolyte drink. Now onto the actual drinks. Some of our key players I personally don't like. So Coca-Cola Company, they have Gatorade. When you look at Gatorade, you're finding dyes in your drinks. You're finding fake sugar, which is your sucralose or other things that you shouldn't be drinking because that causes your body to get inflamed. You've got your Pepsi Company, their competitor, Propel, same thing. Some of their drinks, they're gonna have the food dyes in them, which that alters your mood. That alters all kinds of stuff if you have food dyes. And also I think Propel is one of the big ones as far as sugar alternatives. So we have to be careful for that, because even though they might be pumping electrolytes into your body, it's not necessarily good that you're also pumping fake sugar and sugar alternatives into your body, causing your body to get inflamed. So think about that. Body armor is a big one, and one that my son begs me for all the time. And I tell him, I think with body armor, there's not food dyes in them, but there are fake sugars in them. So you got to watch for that. So a lot of these athletes, they endorse these drinks. So these kids are looking at these drinks, and you see Gatorade is one of the popular ones. Propel is one of the popular ones. What's another one? Liquid IV is a popular one. Just be careful. If you do consume these drinks, just don't make it too often, okay? Because just remember the other products or the other ingredients that are in them that could do your body more harm than good. So more electrolyte drinks or electrolytes that are appropriate for your body or appropriate for a person. Like I said, athletes, fitness enthusiasts, especially in hot weather. Okay. Anyway, ladies, I'm losing my mind. Endurance athletes. Mary, quit laughing at me. Endurance athletes. You got your runners, your cyclists, your triathletes. These are people who are doing long endurance activities. Like, they're out here for a while. They could be out here all day, if not all day, just sweating up a storm. So they need more electrolytes in their body. Certain individuals with medical conditions need more electrolytes, or maybe you got diarrhea, maybe you're vomiting, maybe you have excessive sweating due to some medical condition. Those are the people who need more electrolytes. You really have to focus on getting more. And then sometimes with travelers, if you're traveling to high altitude areas or really hot climates that you're not used to, you might need more electrolytes in your body. All right. If you don't need electrolyte drinks, consuming them can be harmful. This was one I really wanted to go over. Excessive sugar intake, okay? Because the ones that don't have the fake sugar, they're gonna have sugar, regular sugar, which still isn't great for your body and can still inflame your body if you have too much sugar. It can cause weight gain, it can cause cavities, it can cause increased risk of chronic diseases like diabetes. So it's not worth it. It's not worth it. An overload of certain minerals. Consuming electrolyte drinks when it's not needed can actually lead to an overload of certain minerals such as sodium or potassium, which can be problematic for people with certain health conditions. And last, increased calorie intake. So you know what happens if you have overload of calories? A lot of times that sugar can build up as fat in your body, and it could cause weight gain. So ladies, it's just not worth it. I'm going to tell you some natural ways to get electrolytes. Coconut water, your fruits and your vegetables, especially for potassium, you've got your bananas, avocados. For magnesium and potassium, you've got your spinach. And then even more potassium, you've got your citrus fruits like your oranges and your grapefruits. Your nuts and your seeds. So almonds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, that's where you're going to get your magnesium, your zinc, your potassium, your selenium. Okay, these are all ways to get electrolytes in your body. Whole grains, brown rice, quinoa, whole wheat bread, all these have your magnesium in them, your potassium, and your selenium. Dairy products, calcium and potassium. So I know some of you can be allergic to dairy or sensitive. You could skip that because there's still other ways to get your magnesium and your potassium other than dairy products. But that's one of the ways if you're not sensitive to it. Herbal teas, like your ginger, peppermint, chamomile, they can also provide electrolytes and hydration. Just get good quality organic ones, okay? And then last but not least, your electrolyte-rich foods, bone broth, That's got so many different minerals in it, and I actually made some tonight. Seaweed. Can't say I've had it, but it's worth mentioning, okay? If you try seaweed, let me know. Let me know how you did it. Oh, so Laura's tried seaweed. All right.
It's definitely an acquired taste.
Okay.
They have like little seaweed. I think they like dry them and they put them in like little crispy things.
Oh, I've seen them in like little, like very thin sheets of paper.
Yeah, it's all I'm gonna say is that it's definitely an acquired taste. If you don't like things that taste a little off, it's not for you.
Okay, good to know. Everyone ask Laura about seaweed. All right. Our last one is dark leafy greens like kale or collard greens. That's where you're going to find your magnesium and your potassium. All right. I got it all covered. That was a lot. And I had to go pretty quick because we just have a couple of minutes left. But I want to know your takeaways from this. There was a lot, like I said. I don't know if you guys took notes. You may have to go back and watch the replay. But what are your takeaways from this? Anyone? Yeah.
This is my takeaway.
So what's the purple?
Seltzer. So my hydration hack is seltzer. I just need that bubbly carbonation. I get like an unsweetened seltzer. This one's raspberry flavored.
Yes.
I got my regular water here.
I like the seltzer water that's coconut, and I squeeze like a fresh lime in it. It's like my mojito. It's like my virgin mojito for the summer. I don't drink, so that's my mojito.
Love it.
Anyone else?
It was very informative.
Yeah.
Thank you. There's a lot to it.
Yeah. I know you always hear you should drink more water. You should drink more water, but people will be like, yeah, and to hear it all listed, like these are the reasons why, and this is what happens if you don't. People don't realize.
They don't. Uh-oh. Sorry, my son's trying to call me.
I didn't realize that there were so many foods that we can get electrolytes from.
True. And that's electrolytes. Like a lot of people think you have to drink your electrolytes. They really don't realize that electrolytes are in your food. So yeah. Oh, but one thing I do want to mention, you might want to start adding like a healthy salt. Like I use the Baja salt. I put a tiny bit in my water only because the water I drink is osmosis. And when you drink the osmosis water, it's stripping everything out of the water to where your water is completely pure, but it's purified of anything and everything that shouldn't be in it. But at the same time, it's also stripping away the vitamins and the minerals from your water that might be in it. So I do add in some salt in my water only because I'm drinking osmosis. So if you have a certain water filtration system in your home, if you don't know if it's stripping the minerals out of it, you might want to check and see. And if it is, you might not be getting enough minerals in the water that you're drinking. So, and I don't put a lot. I literally could pinch it from the bag and put it in my water. But I know that all the other foods I'm eating, I'm getting plenty of the electrolytes from my food.
If you have a zero water filter, it strips everything too.
The zero water, okay. Do you have a whole house, or we just have
This is a pitcher.
Oh, the pitcher. Oh, okay. Yeah, so just go over the list of foods that I mentioned, and if you don't feel like you're getting enough vitamins or minerals or electrolytes from these foods, you might want a pinch of salt, like healthy salt. Make sure you guys aren't drinking or eating the white table salt, okay? That stuff they take everything good out of it and leave everything bad, okay? Just to give you a very quick answer. But that is, a lot of people will replace it with the Baja salt, Celtic salt. Celtic salt is very, very flavorful, so you definitely don't need as much. if you are using Celtic salt. The Baja salt, that's not as flavorful, but I put it in my water and I don't even know it's there. Like the Celtic salt, if I put it in my water, it's gonna change the taste of everything. But the Baja salt, I don't even know a difference. But yeah, I can see that. It's crazy how it can strip the minerals out too, but it can. So just make sure that you guys are getting those in. If you aren't, if you're drinking out of a regular filtration system, like from your refrigerator, it's not stripping the minerals out. It shouldn't be, unless you know you have a certain special one, but it's worth checking on.